The sun was just setting over the quiet highway diner, painting the sky in orange and gold. Inside, a few truckers nursed their coffees while a young waitress wiped down tables. At a corner booth sat Jake Miller, a single dad and former Marine, broad-shouldered, calm, and quietly sipping his coffee while waiting for his teenage daughter, Lily, to come out of the restroom. To most people, Jake looked like any other tired father. But the lines around his eyes told stories no one ever asked to hear, of sleepless nights, old scars, and the kind of loss only a soldier understands. Then the rumble started. Outside, 3 bikers roared into the parking lot, leather jackets, skull patches, and an attitude that filled the diner before they even stepped in. The bell above the door jingled, and they strutted in like they owned the place. Jake barely looked up. He'd dealt with worse. "Hey, soldier boy," one of them sneered, spotting Jake's faded Marine Corps tattoo. "You still fighting your imaginary wars?" The other 2 laughed. The waitress froze, glancing nervously at Jake. Lily had just come out of the restroom and froze, too, her wide eyes darting between her dad and the men. Jake just smiled faintly. "Evening, fellas. You can take the booth, we were just leaving. But bullies don't back off when you're polite." One grabbed Jake's shoulder. "Where you going, hero?" "We're just talking." Jake's hand twitched, but he didn't rise. Instead, he met the biker's glare with a calm that felt colder than ice. "Let go." The biker didn't. "Or what?" Lily's eyes filled with tears. She tugged at her dad's sleeve. "Dad, let's just go." Jake stood up slowly. The room went still. He wasn't angry, just quiet, measured. "You don't want to do this," he said softly. But the biggest biker laughed and shoved him. Jake stumbled back, not resisting, just tired. He glanced at Lily, who clung to his arm. "It's okay, sweetheart," he said gently. "Go wait in the car." She hesitated, whispering, "But..." "Go." His tone left no room for argument. The bikers snickered as she ran outside. "Ah, look at Daddy's little soldier," one jeered. Jake took a breath, reached into his jacket, and pulled out an old phone. He dialed one number. No words, just a short, quiet command. Code red. "My location." Then he hung up and set the phone on the table. The bikers laughed louder. "Who you calling, Grandpa? The police?" Jake just smiled. "Something like that." 5 minutes passed. Then headlights flooded the diner's windows, 4 black SUVs, silent, coordinated, pulling up like a tactical unit. The door burst open, and men in suits walked in. Not cops. Federal agents. The lead agent nodded at Jake. "Colonel Miller. Good to see you, sir." The biker's laughter died instantly. The waitress gasped. "Colonel?" Jake sighed, rubbing his temples. "At ease, gentlemen. I told you I was retired." The agent smiled faintly. "Retired or not, sir, your line's still priority coded." He turned to the bikers. "You 3 mind stepping outside?" One tried to speak. "We didn't." "Now," the agent said firmly.